Imagine, like a group of highly organized thieves breaking into a bank vault today.
Okay.
They bypass the cameras, they get past all the guards, and inside, they find this massive state-of-the-art lock safe.
Right, totally impenetrable to them.
Exactly. They literally do not have the tools to open it right now, but they steal the safe anyway. They drag it back to their hideout, and they just bury it in the desert.
Because they know in 5 or 10 years, someone is going to invent a master key.
Yes, a key that opens that exact model. And when that day finally comes, they'll dig it up and just take everything inside. I mean, it sounds like a crazy movie plot, but that is exactly what hackers are doing to your business data right now.
It really is a sobering reality. And, it's entirely driven by a technology that most business leaders still think is decades away. But the timeline is collapsing, like way faster than anyone predicted.
Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jamie and I, exploring a new blog post today by Mr. Len Kaplan. He's the CEO of CDML.
Right, a managed service provider in Queens, NY.
Yeah, offering network management, voice over IP, unified communications as a service, cybersecurity, compliance, infrastructure as a service, cloud solutions, and Microsoft 365 and Azure solutions. So if you're a small business owner or you manage IT for a growing organization, this deep dive is definitely for you.
Absolutely.
And hey, if you find our discussions helpful, go ahead and click that thumbs up button. It really, really helps us know we're hitting the right notes for you.
So today we are looking at something that feels like it belongs in a science fiction novel, but it is actually a very real, very pressing business reality. We are unpacking Len Kaplan's article titled "Microsoft's Quantum Breakthrough is a Reminder that IT and Cybersecurity Cannot Stand Still."
Yeah, the catalyst for Kaplan's article is this recent announcement from Microsoft. It's about their next generation quantum chip, which they are calling the Majorana 2.
Right.
Now, from my understanding, the Majorana 2 is designed to be a much more stable type of quantum processor. But the part that really caught my eye isn't just the chip itself.
Oh, it's the AI connection.
Exactly. It's that artificial intelligence actually helped accelerate their timeline toward building it.
That is the crucial detail here. Microsoft essentially used these really advanced AI models to sift through millions of chemical combinations.
Wow.
Yeah, like massive amounts of materials, science data, just to figure out exactly how to build a more stable qubit.
So it's basically AI doing the heavy lifting.
Right. You have one bleeding-edge technology, artificial intelligence, acting as this super researcher to speed up the arrival of another bleeding-edge technology, quantum computing.
It's compounding.
Exactly. It's a perfect illustration of how technology is compounding right now. It is no longer moving in a straight line. It is moving exponentially.
But let me stop you right there for a second, because I want to represent the really busy listener here who is, running a local logistics company or maybe managing a mid-sized dental practice.
Fair enough.
When I hear the words quantum computer, my brain immediately goes to massive, freezing cold laboratories, scientists in white coats.
Billion-dollar government budgets.
Right. It certainly does not sound like something a small business is going to buy, install in the supply closet, and use to run their weekly payroll.
Right.
So why should a local business owner care about a chip Microsoft is building in a lab?
Well, you're entirely correct to be skeptical. And Kaplan's core thesis is definitely not that you need to go out and shop for a quantum server tomorrow.
Good, because I don't think it would fit in the closet.
No, it wouldn't. You are never going to have one in your office. The point he is making is far more subtle, and frankly, it's far more urgent.
Okay, how so?
Quantum computing is the ultimate reminder that technology is not a static utility. It's not plumbing.
Right.
You don't just install it once, verify that water flows out of the tap, and expect it to work unchanged for decades. AI, cloud computing, automation, and now quantum research, they are all moving at a velocity that is completely outpacing the traditional IT strategies of most small and mid-sized organizations.
It makes me think of the early days of the internet. Like back in the 90s, as a small business owner, you didn't need to own the actual servers that made the internet run.
Right, or lay the cables.
Exactly. You didn't need to lay the fiber optic cables under the ocean.
Yeah.
But if you ignored the internet because you thought it was just infrastructure for massive tech companies,
Got left behind.
totally, your business was completely disrupted by the competitors who did pay attention. You didn't own the infrastructure, but that infrastructure changed your reality anyway.
That is exactly the dynamic we are facing again. Organizations that treat their IT as just a sunk cost to keep the lights on are going to find themselves entirely unprepared.
Yeah.
And to understand why Kaplan is sounding the alarm today, we have to look at the bedrock of how we keep our current digital infrastructure safe. We have to talk about encryption.
Right, because just recognizing that technology is advancing doesn't really explain the panic we are seeing from major government agencies. But when you start talking about quantum computing's relationship to encryption, the implications get genuinely terrifying.
They really do. And to understand why it's terrifying, we need a quick primer on how current encryption actually works.
Okay, lay on me.
Right now, when you log into your business bank account or send a secure email or connect your remote workers via a VPN, that data is scrambled. It is locked behind incredibly complex mathematical problems.
Like factoring massive prime numbers, right?
Exactly. And traditional computers process information sequentially. They guess combinations one by one. For a traditional computer to guess the right answer to those math problems, it would take millions of years.
So we confidently consider that data safe.
Right, but quantum computers don't read data as just ones and zeros.
They don't just flip a coin and get heads or tails.
Exactly. Traditional bits are either a 1 or a 0. Quantum computers use qubits. If a traditional bit is a coin sitting on a table showing heads or tails, a qubit is like a coin spinning in the air.
Oh, that's a good way to picture it.
Yeah, it can represent a 1, a 0, or both at the very same time. And because of this property, a quantum computer doesn't have to guess a password one combination at a time. It can test millions of combinations simultaneously.
Wow.
So what takes a classical computer a million years to solve, a powerful quantum computer could eventually solve in minutes or hours.
Which means it could weaken or just completely break the standard encryption methods we rely on today. I mean, websites, digital certificates, secure communications, cloud platforms, even our backups.
All of it.
The entire foundation of digital trust is suddenly vulnerable.
Which is why you have organizations like NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, along with CISA, the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency.
And even the NSA, right?
Yes, the National Security Agency. They are all urgently pushing organizations to start planning for post-quantum cryptography. They are literally rewriting the mathematical standards for global security as we speak.
Wait, does that mean my data is vulnerable right now? Because if these powerful encryption-breaking quantum computers are still just prototypes in a Microsoft lab somewhere, why do I need to worry about my encryption today?
And that brings us right back to your opening scenario. The bank vault buried in the desert. In the cybersecurity world, this strategy is known as harvest now, decrypt later.
That sounds incredibly ominous.
It is. Bad actors, whether they are nation-states or organized cybercriminal syndicates, are currently sitting on network backbones, silently vacuuming up heavily encrypted data.
It's hoarding it.
Yes, they are harvesting it today, knowing full well they cannot read a single word of it. But data storage is incredibly cheap. They are totally willing to store terabytes of your encrypted data in massive server farms.
Because they are betting that quantum technology will catch up in 5 or 10 years, allowing them to finally decrypt it.
Exactly.
So they are stealing the locked safe and just waiting for the master key to be invented. But I have to ask, what does this actually mean for the average business?
What do you mean?
Frankly, if hackers steal my grocery list or an email about where we are ordering lunch and they wait 5 years to decrypt it, I don't really care. By the time they read it, it's totally useless.
Well, you are absolutely right. The grocery list doesn't matter. The lunch order doesn't matter. But think about the type of data that retains its value or its sensitivity for decades.
Oh, I see.
Kaplan lists several examples in his post that should make any business leader stop and evaluate what they're storing. We are talking about medical records.
Yeah, those definitely don't expire.
Financial data. Government records. Client contracts that outline long-term pricing strategies. Intellectual property.
What about employee records?
Oh, absolutely. Employee information. If an attacker harvests your employees' social security numbers and confidential health information today, that data is still going to be incredibly damaging and legally actionable when it is decrypted in 10 years.
That is terrifying.
Confidential business files, trade secrets, basically anything with long-term sensitivity is actively at risk right now.
So the theft might already be happening. You just won't feel the pain of the breach until the technology catches up. That completely reframes the timeline.
It really does.
It means preparation cannot wait until the quantum computers actually hit the market. And honestly, this rapidly shifting threat landscape is exactly why CDML publishes new blog posts every Tuesday and Thursday.
It is so easy to fall behind.
Exactly. It is so easy for a busy business owner to fall behind on these concepts. Staying in the loop is half the battle.
It is a constant game of catch-up. But while the defensive side, protecting against the encryption threat, is critical, Kaplan also transitions to the offensive side in his article.
The offensive side.
Yeah, quantum computing isn't just a threat vector. It is going to be a massive business strategy advantage.
Okay, let's talk about that offense. Because if defense is just trying to keep our data locked up, what is the upside? The article implies that this is also a story about what happens when data can be processed faster and used more intelligently.
Well, to see the upside, we have to look at what large enterprises are already doing. They are pouring billions into researching how quantum can solve problems that are currently impossible.
Like what kind of problems?
Take drug discovery in the pharmaceutical industry. Right now, simulating how complex molecules interact takes enormous computing power. Quantum computers can simulate those molecular interactions simultaneously.
Oh, vastly speeding up the creation of new medicines.
Exactly. Or take global logistics. Imagine trying to optimize shipping routes for thousands of trucks while simultaneously factoring in real-time weather, traffic patterns, fuel prices, and vehicle weight.
That sounds like a nightmare for a regular computer.
It is. A regular computer calculates route A, then route B, then route C. A quantum computer calculates every possible route at once to find the absolute most efficient path.
Okay, but again, my local manufacturing company or mid-sized accounting firm isn't running global drug discovery simulations.
True.
And we aren't managing a fleet of 10,000 trucks. So how does this quantum offense actually reach the small business?
It reaches you through the tools you rely on every single day, just like the internet analogy we talked about earlier.
Oh, right.
You may not own a quantum computer, but your cloud platform provider like Microsoft Azure or Amazon Web Services will absolutely own them.
So the software we use gets better.
Exactly. The accounting software you use will eventually leverage quantum-backed analytics in the cloud. Cybersecurity products will use it to spot network anomalies instantly.
That makes sense.
Insurance platforms, medical systems, legal research tools, they will all slowly begin to integrate these vastly faster forms of computing into the software you just subscribed to.
I see. It's kind of like how NASA develops incredibly complex technology for space exploration, and then decades later, that same technology ends up in the camera lens of our smartphones.
That's a perfect analogy.
The small business doesn't build the rocket, but they absolutely use the smartphone to compete against the business across town.
Exactly. But here is the catch, and this creates the massive competitive divide that Kaplan outlines so brilliantly.
Okay, what's the catch?
When these supercharged, incredibly powerful AI and quantum tools become available to the broader market, not everyone will be able to just plug them in and go.
Right, because if you are a logistics company and quantum-backed cloud AI becomes available tomorrow, the company that has beautifully organized, clean data on 10 years of their shipping routes can just plug that AI in.
And instantly discover how to cut fuel costs by 20%.
Yeah. But if your data is a disorganized mess,
That's the problem.
like if it is just a bunch of mismatched Excel files spread across unsupported legacy servers and employees' personal laptops, the most powerful AI or quantum tool in the world cannot help you. It will just process your garbage data faster.
That is exactly the phrase. You will just process your garbage faster. Those companies will hit a brick wall. Data processing speed and data cleanliness are the new competitive edges.
It's a whole new ballgame.
It is. The next generation of competition isn't just about who has the best product or the friendliest customer service. It's about who can process, protect, and utilize their data the fastest.
Which brings us to the ultimate question for the listener. If I'm running a business right now, and I'm honestly just trying to make sure my current network doesn't go down during a busy Tuesday.
Right, you're just trying to survive the week.
Exactly. What am I actually supposed to do? How do I prepare for a quantum future when I'm overwhelmed by the present?
Well, Kaplan provides a very specific practical action plan for this. And the very first step is visibility. You have to know where your important data is stored.
Because you cannot protect or leverage what you cannot see.
Precisely. Next, you need to identify which of your systems currently use encryption, VPNs, certificates, and secure communications.
Basically mapping out where your digital safes are located.
Yes. From there, you have to look at vendor management. Review your vendor roadmaps. You should literally be asking your software providers, hey, what is your post-quantum planning?
That's a great question to ask.
Then you have to strengthen your identity security. We are talking about strict multi-factor authentication, or MFA, and modern access controls.
Right, and replacing outdated hardware and unsupported software.
You also need to look at EDR, which stands for Endpoint Detection and Response.
Okay, what does that do?
This is security that monitors your actual devices like laptops and phones rather than just guarding your network perimeter. And ITDR, Identity Threat Detection and Response, which specifically looks for attackers trying to steal user identities and credentials.
Got it.
Plus, you need incident response plans so you know exactly what to do if a breach happens rather than just panicking in the moment.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop you. I'm looking at this list. Know your data, use MFA, replace old servers, do better backups, monitor your endpoints. Are you telling me Kaplan's big quantum defense strategy is just doing the basic IT chores we should have done 5 years ago?
Yep.
There is literally nothing on this list that says install a quantum-proof firewall. This is just standard IT hygiene.
And that is the absolute brilliance of this article. You hit the nail on the head. Preparing for a quantum future automatically fixes today's vulnerabilities.
Oh,
If you get your data inventory in order and you implement strict access controls, EDR, and better vendor management today, you dramatically improve your cybersecurity posture right now, long before a quantum computer ever boots up.
I get it now.
Well-
You aren't actually preparing for a sci-fi future. You're using the reality of that future to force yourself to eat your vegetables today.
Exactly.
Better data governance protects you from a quantum harvest attack, but it also protects you from a standard ransomware attack tomorrow.
Precisely. It is about building an IT foundation that is adaptable. But, we also have to acknowledge that if you're running a dental practice or a law firm, hearing that you need an incident response plan, EDR deployment, and vendor lifecycle management probably makes you want to pull your hair out.
It is entirely overwhelming.
It is.
You can't ask a business owner to become a cybersecurity expert overnight.
And that is the entire reason managed service providers like CDML exist. Kaplan's point isn't that you need to do this alone, it's that you need to stop treating IT as just the guy you call when the printer breaks and start treating it as a strategic partnership.
Right.
CDML steps in to help organizations execute this blueprint. They don't just fix broken tech, they offer comprehensive cybersecurity assessments. They do Microsoft 365 and identity security reviews, which is crucial since so many businesses live entirely in that ecosystem now.
And they handle the foundational infrastructure, right? Like firewall, voice over IP, network security planning.
Yes.
They review your backup and disaster recovery setup so you aren't guessing if your data is safe.
They do. They help you build those actual incident response plans. They review your compliance documentation, particularly if you are dealing with HIPAA or financial regulations.
That's huge.
And most importantly, they provide strategic IT planning for future growth. They take the burden of this massive technological shift right off the shoulders of a business owner.
Which goes right back to treating IT as a leadership issue. If you are waiting for things to break before you think about your technology, you are already losing the race.
You really are.
You're leaving your data exposed to those harvest now attacks, and you are ensuring you won't be able to use the AI tools of tomorrow. So if you are listening to this and realizing your IT foundation might be a little shaky, stop waiting.
Stop putting it off.
Go to cdml.com, subscribe to the blog, review your current IT posture with their team, and start planning for what comes next.
The overarching takeaway from Microsoft's quantum announcement isn't that we all need to panic about supercomputers. It's a profound business reminder. Cybersecurity threats are evolving, data processing is accelerating, and competition is becoming entirely technology-driven.
Yeah,
The future belongs to those who clean their house and prepare early.
it really does. So I want to leave you with a final thought today. Building on that harvest now, decrypt later concept we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
Think about your organization's servers, your old hard drives, those forgotten cloud folders.
All that stuff gathering digital dust.
Exactly. What outdated, completely useless digital clutter is your business hoarding right now? What data are you keeping that is absolutely not helping you compete today, but could become a massive liability if a bad actor decides to steal it, bury it in the desert, and just wait? We're Jimmy and I. Thanks for listening. Till next time.